all week I've been talking about winter, from what's on the ground to what's all about the polar vortex and also what is El Nino. Well, it's now time for the main event, our 2014-2015 winter prediction.
This week we revisited really how cold it was to start off 2014 and that it's not fair to blame the polar vortex, but pieces of Arctic air can visit us from time to time. We discovered that El Nino is brewing in the Pacific and we have a decent chance of a weak El Nino, which could mean 28% more snowfall. So now it's time for a winter prediction. First we look to climatology. An average winter, which in meteorology factors in December, January, and February, starts out with an average of 43 degrees and then falls to around 34-35 for about a month. The average lows start in the upper 20s and bottom out near 20 degrees. The Climate Prediction Center has this as an equal chance to follow this average. As for snowfall, a quote-unquote normal Dayton snow season only has 24.3 inches. The National Weather Service's prediction is leaning towards less than 24 inches. But this is what we think. For months now, we have had constant cold fronts swing our temperatures all over the place. It looks like colder weather will dominate to start the season, followed by many temperature swings into 2015. We will have above average spurts, but overall, the cold looks like it'll win out. Concerning snow, a possible weak El Nino could appear in the next couple of months, which could bump up snow totals well above the normal 24 inches. Take all this with a grain of salt, though. Winter predictions are historically inaccurate. For instance, here's last year's outlook. It predicted equal chance of above or below average snowfall. Well, last season was the third snowiest on record, piling up 53.6 inches, more than doubling the average. So to recap, this winter looks to be slightly cooler than average, and this snow season does not look to be as bad as last year, but still more snow than usual. So bring it on, winter. Bring it on.
All right. Those are fighting words.
I'm going to fight some snowmen this winter.
Kind of your version of a farmer's almanac. Not saying you're definitely going to happen, but just kind of your feeling through some research, right?
Yeah, through some research where El Nino is a big part of it. If we get that, then it usually leads to more snow. And the constant pattern, just think about how cool we were this summer, how cool we are now. It pretty much is just a given that pattern will continue through the very beginning of winter and most likely until January and start to taper off on February.
I guess as long as we don't have what's happening in Buffalo right now, we'll be good. I mean, just have to feel so bad for them.
Yeah, you put it into perspective when you see that for sure.
Yeah, and the record snowfall that we ever had was back in the 1960s. So that was a long time ago, but they've received more snow over the last couple of days than we ever have in a single season. So
let's break our record this year. What do you say?
No, I don't think so.
No, thank you.
Yeah, not on board.